Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast. Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast that delivers only the best. I'm here with Johnny. Say hello. Say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Carlos.
Hello.
I'm Lafayette. This is Nerds Talking, the podcast. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, download, turn on notifications, tell your friends, leave a comment. Do we have any comments lately? Carlos would know. He's kind of our admin guy. He takes notes. Carlos? No, nothing. Nobody likes you.
I'll look it up. I know we have a couple.
Have you got any verbal comments? Anybody tell you personally anything? Heard your show, man. That's pretty good. Anybody would tell you that? Or did you not tell people you have a show? You don't want to, you don't want to put that out there. You know, I mean, because I did a thing for work where we all went to Northern California and a couple of guys knew about it. Like 2 guys subscribed for it and they were like, hey, I want to listen to your podcast. And then we're all bullshitting at the dinner table, and Jose goes, "This is pretty much the podcast right here." Like, I was like, "Yeah, he's kind of right. This is pretty much it." Just
I was telling one of my friends about it.
A guy in a cell's not your friend, but go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah. And then they looked up the title, and the first episode they saw, the Golden Shower episode.
That's a good one.
It's not representing. I had no defense. I was like, yeah, I just I wasn't on that.
But did they listen? That's the thing.
I don't know. I don't think you reeled them in with the title.
Are you no longer friends?
We haven't talked to them in a while.
Exactly. They're probably scared. They turn their back. They don't know what's coming.
Right.
So yeah. All right. Fantastic. All right. Well, how about sandwiches? You guys eat sandwiches? You guys like sandwiches? What's your favorite sandwich? What's your go-to? Do you guys like going to Jersey Mike's, Togo's, Subway? Do you make your own sandwiches? When you make your own sandwiches, what kind of sandwich do you make? Johnny?
Yes.
Good answer. Carlos?
Yes.
Yes to all the above.
Yes.
The question is a hot dog a sandwich? Hey, but and it's a hamburger sandwich. What do you guys think about that? First, start with the hot dog. It's a hot dog a sandwich. This is some like really mind-blowing shit here. No? Nobody? Anybody? Go ahead.
I don't see why not. But obviously, a hot dog is a hot dog.
Johnny got his
Well, that's like all fingers or all. What the fuck does it mean?
Yeah, what the fuck are you trying to say?
all holes are equal. Just stick it in and go.
No, that's high school girlfriend. Like thumbs or fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs.
Oh,
It's kind of the same as the whole one.
yes.
Well, hot dogs. See, don't you think the hot dog is just it's so like it has its own thing, right? It's kind of like in the Food Hall of Fame. It's not in the sandwich category. It's a hot dog. Like, and there's different types of hot dogs, right? Because it doesn't sit between 2 buns. That's only one. It's one piece of bread. Does that make sense? It's not like it's 2 separate pieces and you smash it together to make a hot dog. It sits in one piece of bread. I mean, no, it sits in one piece of bread.
Sandwich is made the same way then.
No.
Yeah, no.
Like, sub sandwich
at
made the
Subway,
same way.
they cut it in half, but they don't split it apart.
They don't split the bun. They cut it in half.
It's basically a hot dog.
Yeah. So Subway
hot
sandwiches are hot
dogs.
Dogs. It's the other way around now.
According to your logic.
Well, I mean, sub dog. That's a good day. We should start that. But if you get a meatball one, it falls apart, turns into a sandwich. So there's and that is a good point though, because they are called Subway sandwiches and Jersey Mike's. Well, no, because Jersey Mike's calls them just subs. That's another one. Is a sub a sandwich? Is it a sub sandwich, or is it now it's elevated to the point where it's not a sandwich? It's known as a sub.
The sub sandwich.
Like,
Goddamn.
how do you? What is a sandwich to you? What would you qualify as a sandwich when you say, "Hey, I want a sandwich"? This is some
A
hard-hitting
sandwich, you know,
shit.
anything from like Jersey Mike's or Subway. Those are sandwiches, or anything you make at home. You know, piece of bread, the fixings in the middle, then another piece of bread on top.
Why is it called the fixings?
John, what? Because I don't know what you guys are putting in the damn thing.
Why is it called the fixings? I want to know. Are you fixing a sandwich? I'm fixing to make.
I'm fixing to make a
I'm
sandwich.
fixing to make a sandwich.
I'm fun to make a
feel
sandwich.
I feel like you need to get high as fuck and then get in line at like a hot dog place. And this is the kind of conversation you'd have with the tweaker. just spend an hour and waste your life, you know, because there's buns and
I'm
it's a
surprised you
sandwich.
weren't more
technically.
insightful on this. Then don't you?
No,
learn
well, it
features
just
every
when I
day?
think when I think sandwich, I just think your regular sliced bread.
What about an
and-
ice cream sandwich? Is that a
Shut up!
sandwich?
I'm not done yet.
Ooh.
God damn it!
You
No,
got
there's
a
no
point.
bread involved.
You got a point.
I mean, bread
Thank
has
you.
to be involved to make a sandwich. Okay.
And why is it called an ice cream sandwich?
God damn it. So basically, you could stick anything in between two ends, and the main portion of the food is in the middle. Whatever you put on the outside is it. So if I grab two pieces of pizza, but in the middle, I put like, I don't know, let's just say watermelon, for God's sakes, and I eat it. Is it a sandwich?
Yes, a watermelon pizza
Fuck
sandwich.
off. God damn it.
Pizza sandwich.
What
No,
if
I
it's a
guess, I
pie-
guess whatever's in the middle would be what you would call it, right? So watermelon sandwich.
That's just it. This logic is stupid. It's like, and
This
then,
topic is stupid. I Google it and I don't want to click on any of these things because
Go
I
ahead.
don't want to waste my life.
go to Google
There's
what's
so
a
many
sandwich.
fucking articles.
Google
Google
what's
blue
a
waffle.
sandwich. Just that.
Blue
What's
No,
waffle.
a
it is
sandwich?
a hot dog, a sandwich, and then bam.
What'd you
Bam.
get? What was the first thing you got?
Some
The
porno.
first thing I got, the
Oh.
USDA described sandwich as meat or poultry filling between two slices of bread. And then by that definition, sure, a hot dog is a sandwich.
Mm.
Boom. What about a hamburger?
See, a hamburger is not a sandwich. It's like a hot
Why?
dog. Because
Why?
it's in its own category. So it doesn't go sandwich, and then we look underneath sandwich, and then it has 20 different subs: hamburger, hot dog, and pizza, watermelon. It doesn't work that way.
Why
A
not?
sandwich.
Where does the ice cream sandwich fall in line?
Fuck you got motherfucker. Nobody wants. How about when they say when you sit in the back seat with three people, you're sandwiched between them? What the fuck is that? A sandwich? Is a sandwich now just some type of a metaphor? Not a metaphor. What would you call that? Symbolism now, right? Sandwich. Oh, you got sandwiched. Goddamn, tired of sandwiches already. Hot dogs.
Reminds me of like the Emmys where there'll be that one show that wins an award in comedy and drama.
Oh, that motherfucker. Schitt's Creek. Go to hell. You can't win both. You're barely a comedy. Get out of here. I chuckle maybe once or twice watching that show.
That's
But-
some background noise for me. I'm not too impressed with Schitt's Creek, but I haven't really given it a fair shot.
You better give it a fair shake. Why don't you sandwich that in between two other shows, you cock?
So
Mother-
that's a sandwich too.
Yeah, it's a sandwich.
It's a shit
It's
sandwich.
a shit.
All
shit
right.
sandwich. Oh my goodness. My final verdict is a hot dog is not a sandwich. It's
What
just
about
a
a hamburger?
hot dog. It's same as a hamburger to me. It's not a
What
sandwich.
about a grilled
It's
cheese
just-
sandwich?
Yeah. Yes, that's a
What
sandwich.
classifies a sandwich though?
I think you need sliced bread. I think
Then all sub
or-
sandwiches are not sandwiches.
I was about to finish. Or you slice bread to make the said sandwich. So a hamburger is not necessarily sliced, right?
What about a hoagie then? What about a
A
hoagie?
hoagie is a sub.
Then
what
why
do
is it
you-
called a hoagie?
That's just a New York thing.
And you don't have to slice that bread. It already comes pre-sliced like a hot dog bun.
Motherfucker.
It's still
Isn't
gets
all bread
sliced. I mean,
pre-sliced
like,
because it's all
just
bread
because-
is pre-sliced because it comes in a loaf.
Just
I'm getting
because
tired
you
of
didn't
this
slice
shit.
it doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's what he made it sound like. He made it sound like if you have to slice the bread and put stuff in it, but a hot dog bun, you don't have
You know,
to.
Fucking slice your head open and put a brain in there. Son of a
Well,
bitch.
it'd be a sandwich.
It'd be a sandwich. Wow, this topic turned into a real calamity.
And I really thought I had nothing to say.
And
for
you
this. And I did.
You did.
Damn it.
You did. You jumped
keep-
in. You're like, oh yeah,
Keep
There's
putting
two
fuel on
buns.
this fire.
yeah. I'm pretty sure in prison there's a lot of meat going to buns. Boom, boom.
Oh, Oh yeah.
Oh, you're like, well, yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
Think about it now, Johnny. You have something to talk about these tweakers about.
That's
Hey, man,
right.
What makes a sandwich?
Guy comes in and he's all paranoid about everything, the government.
What about those top ramen sandwiches that they make? There's no bread in that.
There's
They
no
call it a
top ramen.
sandwich,
What the
don't
fuck
they?
you talking about top ramen? What are you making
Johnny knows
shit
what I'm
up?
talking about.
They
Because
don't
he's Asian?
There's no top ramen sandwiches.
Thank you. He's
I saw
certified.
that
They
shit
Asian.
on
make
that
what's called
goddamn
a
show.
They make what's called a spread. So
Okay.
they put ramen and like cut up little sausages or Slim Jims or whatever. Just mix it all with a bunch of shit. Pork rinds, and then it's just
yeah. That's not a sandwich. I've seen
it's
that.
like
Yeah,
mush.
Yeah, it's mush.
No, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but on that show, what's it called?
Shit's
Jailbirds.
great. Oh.
They had like 2 bricks of top ramen, and that was like their bread, and they put shit in the middle.
But
and
that's
eat
the
it like
same
that.
as saying the watermelon pizza sandwich. It's not a sandwich. You can't just take 2 things and stick something in between it and be like, it's a sandwich.
I think jail rules are different.
Look,
Jail
punk
was
ass
vastly
truck.
different.
You don't tell me.
I tell you what I want to tell you. God damn it. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Anyway, my verdict is hot dogs are their own thing. To me, hamburgers are their own thing. When I go to McDonald's, I don't say, hey, what sandwich do you want to get? Like,
Why not? Hey,
I say that when I
pick
go to
sandwich.
Subway and I go to Mount Mike's. I'm not Mount Jersey
Mountain
Mike's.
Mike's. So you making
I'll say that at
pizza
Jersey
sandwiches?
Mike's. I'll be like, hey, what sandwich do you want? I think it also has to do with when you're making the sandwich, you are picking your own shit to put on it. It's not a preset thing also, right? So I can pick at Subway and Jersey Mike's my own thing, and kind of feels like I made it. If I go to a burger joint, I didn't make it. I'm just going, give me number 2. Give me the burger, whatever. Who gives a shit at this point? Anyway, let's take a break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Is this show a sandwich?
We're not in between 2 other shows, man. We're a standalone.
But where are the buns
We're hot
between
dog.
the
Or hamburger
commercials?
podcast.
Listen to the next podcast. It's about how ghosts make sandwiches. And we'll be right back here on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
In a world with 2 brothers, 6 bottles, and endless opinions, comes a comedy podcast tale as old as time. The Half Hour Bros podcast has been hailed as so funny, you have to hear it to believe. Join Kurt and Tom as they talk beer, reviews, and the world as they see it through their slightly drunker eyes. The Half Hour Bros podcast is streaming on almost all major platforms. At Half Hour Bros Pod for the Twitter, and email halfhourbros@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. We hope you enjoyed that little plug there. Go listen to those podcasts. We give you every week in between our segments. You might find something you like sandwiched in between our shows. All right. So I have Carlos, Johnny, and I also have Netflix. Netflix keeps providing entertainment. We keep on consuming it. And this week we're reviewing the movie Kate on Netflix, which I found entertaining. Action-packed, stars, I don't know her name, but she's from the movie Birds of Prey. She played the Huntress, the Italian assassin.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, something like
Yep, that's her.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Okay, there we go. Johnny, that's IMDb. But what do you guys think about the movie? Go for it, fellas.
I was entertaining. I liked it, man. I know it's the same formula as most of these other ones where if you're a hitman, don't quit, don't retire, because they're gonna come after you for some reason. So listen, kiddies, if you're out there and you're a hitman or a sniper, you can't retire. You're a
Listen,
lifer.
kiddies.
You're in it for life.
If you're making a career choice,
Yeah.
don't choose hitman because you're not allowed to retire.
No, you can't retire. You're not allowed. They'll kill you. That's retirement. They'll kill you. Yeah.
So
But I liked it. It was fun though. I mean, I thought she was good in it. It was entertaining. But like I said, it's the formula of retiring hitman. You're gonna have to die. Kind of gets old, but this one was fun because it's a one-timer. You can't sequel this one. She did.
I mean, really? You just gave it away.
She did.
Yeah,
Johnny.
The title should have been "Kate is Dead."
Yeah. Kate dies at the end. That's what it
Kate-
should have been.
Yeah. Kate, the only movie. Just I don't know, it was fun. It was a good, you were right. It was kind of your typical, assassin, last hurrah type of movie, John Wick style. Just going around smoking everybody and their mothers and trying to find the cure.
I don't think she was looking for a cure. She just
No,
want to make
because
sure she got back at
it
the
was a
person
death
that.
sentence. Whatever
Yeah, it
the
was
radiation
totally-
was, it was a death
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah. No, I mean, at first it was like, okay, let me see if I can, what the hell's going on with me. Then it turned into, fuck, I'm just going to, before I die, I'm going to, take these
Find who
fools
did
out.
it and take them out.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty one note movie, but it was fun, action wise. Some reviews that I've seen, it's just a by the book type of movie. Well, yeah, I mean, there's not what more can you do for those type of movies? It is what it is. It is a what would they call it? It's a what do you call those movies that you don't need to freaking think about? It's a saying for it. God damn it. Anyway, Johnny, what'd you think of it? I'll get back.
Sandwich.
Here you go. That's what I was looking
No.
for. Thank you. It was a sandwich in between my ears.
No, I mean, if you watch this movie without remembering all the other like female assassin movies out there, then yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Action wasn't bad. I like the incorporation, with the Japanese as well as the English. Like other movies that I've seen where they try and incorporate the two, it's just like the American person will just keep speaking English, and then they'll respond in another language, and then you're just supposed to believe everyone understands each other. But she was pretty believable. I liked it. So I saw another one recently with Maggie Q. And
Oh yeah, the protege.
yeah, wasn't bad, but similar in like the action and whatnot. But there was a more of a supporting role with Samuel Jackson, so he was established to be a badass as well.
That's where Batman hires her to kill Nick Fury, or vice versa? Michael Keaton and Sam Jackson. I forgot who hires who. I forgot. Anyway, but
Yeah.
no, but you're right. Very similar to that movie. I watched that one too. I thought Kate was better in that movie.
I agree.
Did Kate take place in Japan?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Osaka.
So my only
Japan.
complaint was in the whole movie was the girl that's with her that tags along because she, whatever, holds her hostage or at the beginning or captures her or whatever,
Yeah,
has zero accent. Like she's straight up
She could speak perfect English and then
perfect.
Japanese.
Like she was from
no accent.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, everybody else has an accent and I'll speak in Japanese, but this girl here. Okay. Anyway, not a bother something. I just thought
That was your
like,
problem, huh? That was your fault.
that's my problem with the movie right there.
That
But it
your
was a good
problem.
movie. I give it a 3 out of 5. It was entertaining. It wasn't like again, it wasn't a movie you have to sit there and freaking, like Johnny said, you could turn your brain off and just enjoy the
It
movie.
was just mindless entertainment. That's what
There
you're
we
looking
go.
for?
That's what I was
Yeah.
looking for. It has someone described our show one time.
Yeah, maybe if you would have had a tuna fish sandwich, you'd have
Tuna
brain
fish.
power.
Oh, I
You
love
loser.
tuna fish sandwiches. Good point there.
And the one thing that did bother me about it is
That's my favorite tuna fish.
the scene where she's fighting the Yakuza in that white room. I forget
Oh
where
yeah,
she's
yeah,
at.
yeah.
But the choreography was really slow and sloppy. That bothered me. I'm like, oh, this looks rough. It's not very smooth.
I thought it was just the editing of that movie. That's all. But it's not a bothersome thing. It's at least it's not John Wick where he just running through a hotel, shooting
Kills everybody with a
everyone
pencil.
with infinite amount of bullets. And man, that part
And a
sucked.
bulletproof handkerchief to stop all the bullets
Wait,
coming at him.
before we go on, are you saying
No.
something bad about John Wick?
Yeah,
'Cause
part 3 was
I'm
not
not sure.
good. Part 3
I'm not
was
sure
not
how I
good.
feel. What?
No.
Doesn't he make a horse like kick someone in death?
I
That shit
remember.
was cool.
Okay, now let's just before we continue on to anything else. John Wick 1 was mind blowing because you're like, whoa, I didn't expect this from Keanu Reeves. This is awesome. Part 2, I thought was better than part 1. thought part 2 was even more action packed, but part 3 was so ridiculous.
Snore fest.
It was. I almost fell asleep in the theater because I was like, "Oh my god!"
Hey, this is the same shit as part 1
yeah.
and 2.
This is literally This is literally It was 2 hours of no one can touch me. I'm never gonna run out of ammo, and until I get to the end, then I get my ass handed to me, and somebody rolls me away in a wheelbarrow or some shit. And he should have been dead at the end of part 3. No way, no one survives that shit. But it was so boring because it literally was an hour and a half of no dialogue. Just I'm gonna run and shoot everything in sight nonstop forever and ever and ever. Don't know where I'm getting all the ammo at. And then Halle Berry's gonna join me for 20 minutes and then go away. And then I'm gonna continue until I get to the final boss level where I get my ass kicked.
You know what bothered me with the Halle Berry part was not the action. I thought she did a pretty good job. Thought she was convincing. I didn't like how she like spit the water back in the bottle and handed it back to him. I'm like, ugh, that's gross. I mean, they're probably like covered in other people's blood and shit, but just when she like gives him just a little bit of water to drink, but she spit it in there, I'm like, ugh.
I just thought I mean, they brought her in as just another name. Anybody could have played that
for you,
part,
huh, Johnny?
Yeah, that's the part that bothered
What
me.
did it for me
Wow.
in Kate was the Asian girl didn't have an accent. Did I already cover that part?
The younger
We did.
one.
Yeah,
Fucking
we
hot
did.
dogs
And
and
then
sandwiches.
I think in
But
John
her
Wick
Japanese
3,
was really good.
Her
though.
Japanese was
So-
good. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Japanese. There's somewhere in there.
now you know the formula to this movie, the whole hitman can't retire thing. I think one of the worst hitman can't retire movies is Gemini Man, the Will Smith movie. To me, that movie makes no sense to me at
And
all.
then Mary Elizabeth Winstead was in that one too.
She was in that one too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the problem is she's the problem with the formula. I got you.
No, because Kate was good.
You know what?
That
Assassin
movie was bad.
Give me
What
give me a really good assassin movie before we take a. Give me like recommend a really good one before we take another break here. Anything? I mean, I got a good one, so you know.
Then you go first.
I mean, assassins.
Sandwich Boy.
Assassins.
Assassin.
Antonio Banderas and Sylvester Stallone. Oh, it's so good. So goddamn good. Antonio Banderas
can't
is
remember
trying to
that
kill
one.
Sylvester Stallone because he's known as the number one assassin. Antonio Banderas can't stand
Oh,
that because
trying to
he wants to be the
become-
number one assassin. So it's just a movie about a Sylvester Stallone trying to survive Antonio Banderas, and that's
When
when
was the
Antonio
last
was
time you
when he was
watched that
fresh off
movie?
of Desperado, and he had the accent still, and he was like,
Motherfucker, he still has an accent.
It's not like he did in that
Yeah,
movie.
he does.
In that movie, he wasn't. His English still wasn't quite right. It was still, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I watch it today, it's a shit movie. I'm pretty sure, but man, that was a good movie when it came out. Assassins.
Man, I can't think of a good assassin movie. Johnny, you're up.
I mean, it could be the
What
formula.
about Ninja Assassin?
It's an assassin movie.
Ninja
It was okay.
Assassin
It was
was re-
okay. It was okay.
What?
That was good. That was
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Wasn't
I
that
like
made
one.
by the Matrix guys? I think. Maybe.
No, the Wachowskis, they didn't do that shit.
Was Speed Racer an assassin movie?
What the fuck?
They made that movie. That's why I pulled that one out of my. That's why I pulled that one out of the things between the sandwiches, the buns.
Have you guys seen the trailer to the new Matrix?
I have.
Yes.
Basically, when I saw it, it was John Wick 2.0.
It was John Wick, basically. Yeah, it was basically John Wick. Yeah.
I'm still gonna watch it.
Well, it's free
So-
if you have HBO Max, so you're not gonna miss it. You're not going to miss it. But I'm semi excited for that. I feel like those movies that they do these sequels 20 years later, it's too late. So,
Some of the things are too late. Like,
But
hey, maybe I don't need to see Will and Grace now.
I
you
know
know?
you're right. No, you're right. You're right. I did try to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it
yeah.
again when it came on because I did like it the first time around, and I was like, nope. Sorry, doesn't fit. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just it was the same formula, and it just felt like.
I think you were spoiled over the years too. You've seen like a lot of good shows in between, and then
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
whole like gay character being a main fix on the show. Well, there's two of them on Will and Grace. Now it's every other show, and you're like, yeah okay, Will and Grace, okay. I don't know if there's a show that if they brought back right now, you'd be into. What would it be? If you could pick one show to bring back and you actually think it would survive, what would it be? I would do The Office again, but
Good
it'd have to
Mm,
be, but it would have to be a
I
lot
know,
of the
man.
same cast.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have the whole new cast. I'd play it as it's current. So a lot of them have already moved on. I have a lot of new characters, and or maybe even a different setting, or maybe just do the show all new together, just in a whole different setting. But it's hard because Steve Carell is such an idiot. You can't repeat that character.
Supposedly they're doing a reunion episode or maybe a movie.
That's
I'm not sure if that's like just one of those fan made type of things, but there's
I know,
like a
I've heard
trailer
that-
online.
I've heard NBC actually wants to bring the show back.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
nice to see it one more time. I think it'd be fun.
I mean, that one. What would be the show? It could be anything. It could be an action show. It could be. It doesn't have to be a comedy. What show did you enjoy so much that you like? Hey, you know what? If they brought that back, it'd still work. Just what would it be? Anything come to mind? Anything come to mind? Nothing. You guys are like, I have no idea. I never really liked TV shows. Golden Girls, Charles in Charge.
Golden Girls. The only one left was Betty White.
Yeah. No. So they're actually are doing that show supposedly again.
You know what I saw
Oh,
a
the
trailer
Golden
for is
Yeah.
I think it's on Disney Plus. It's something like Doogie Howser.
It's
type
the
movie.
redo of Doogie Howser.
Oh, it's on
yeah.
Disney. Yeah, it's called
But it's
Doogie.
It's like Kamahad.
some Hawaiian name.
It's a
Yeah,
yeah. But
Yeah.
it says Doogie in the title. It's
Oh yeah, because they want to tie it to that whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was actually a good idea, but they kind of already did that. CBS already ripped it off with their version of that show, which is pretty popular. I forgot what it's called now, but it's still on the air. And it's about that kid that he's like 19 and he's autistic, but he's like a genius doctor.
Oh
It's already Oh, what show would be great? I love the show. I get. You know what? Maybe this one would still work. I'm pretty sure it would still work. House, man, House was so good. House was like he'd spend a whole episode agonizing over one thing he couldn't figure out, how the patient's dying or whatever, and he would do some crazy ass shit to figure it out. And man, that show was good. House was fantastic.
How the hell did we go from Assassins to TV reboots?
It's how the show kind of goes, but I don't know. I mean, a good assassin movie is no, Assassin's Creed was
Kill
bad,
Bill.
but it's in the title. Ooh, Kill Bill is an assassin movie. Good one. That's a good one. Kill Bill is really good, and that is an assassin movie.
What about The Professional? I haven't seen it in a while, but I liked it when
The
when I first saw
Professional with
Natalie Portman.
is it Natalie? I was gonna say Keira Knightley, but it's Natalie Portman. Yeah,
it. Natalie Portman. Yeah,
Natalie
yeah.
Portman. I forgot the main guy's name.
It's
Anyway, he's in a
French.
lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit. I'm pretty sure Jean-Claude Van
Jean
Damme has an
Reno?
assassin movie.
Jean
Yeah,
Reno.
Jean Reno. Yeah. There you go, people. Get it. Watch Kate on Netflix, available now if you want your action film fill. And you guys have any other recommendation before we go on to taking a break here on Nurse Talking About?
Yeah. 3 Days to Kill. That's a movie I wish they would have made a sequel to.
3 Days. I
That's
don't know
a
what
good
that
movie.
is.
It's a Kevin
don't know.
Costner and
Oh, okay.
and what's her name?
Kate Winslet.
No. The one who plays Johnny Depp's ex-girlfriend that
Oh,
suing
Amber
each
Heard.
other. Amber Heard. That's it.
Amber.
Yeah.
Stupid hot. She's
3 Days to
crazy,
Kill is
but she's
good, dude.
stupid hot.
I mean, she's
Talking
crazy
about
according to the court
crazy.
files, but I don't know. I have to meet her in person, hang out a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Talking about crazy. I'm waiting.
Oh, we'll wait till after break.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Documentary that I
You're
saw.
teasing people.
Little
Is that
documentary.
what you're doing?
But
Huh?
a movie to avoid is what I
Where's the
mentioned was
tap?
Gemini Man, because the assassin that wants to retire is getting replaced by a clone. If he's already retired, he's the best assassin you have, but he got cloned, and now this guy's the best assassin you have. Let him retire. You have a clone of the guy who works just as good as the old one. So I don't understand the going after
Why
him
you
to
to kill
killing
the
thing.
old one? No, it's a dumb movie.
It makes the movie stupid as hell.
And you know,
The worst
Smith-
part is at the very end when he's like at community college.
oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
And I guess he's just, I don't know, he might be part of a chess club. He might
Uh,
murder somebody. You don't know. He just wants
I
a normal
know.
You
life.
think he'll murder the guy who beats him in chess?
And just the fact that Will Smith's dropping Will off at school.
Yeah.
I know you tried to kill me for the last week, but your class is over there.
We're cool, man. We're cool, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're
They just
cool.
had a conversation at the end. And, hey, what are you
That's so
doing?
stupid.
Well, you know, I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
on the playground. That's where I spend most of my days. But the dumbest part was the end, like you said, where all of a sudden young Will no longer wants to be an assassin. He just wants to live a normal life.
That's right.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a flashback during home ec or whatever,
right? And then like all you see is him walk out the door stolen. The door stays open. There's blood everywhere. There's one kid crawling, and he goes back and shoots him in the head. And he turns to the camera. Kate dies in her movie, and he just walks away. That's it. He ruins
another
movie.
one to avoid is Jolt. Kate
Jolt.
Beckinsale.
Oh, I seen it.
Oh, I
Jolt
saw that one.
on
It
Amazon.
wasn't horrible, but
was
I thought
rough.
the premise
It
was
a rough
really
watch.
stupid.
Yeah.
The premise was
the whole anger thing where she has to get
Yeah,
shot.
like she needs to
Oh,
shock herself to not be angry, and then she's
Yeah,
really just good at
yeah.
I don't know.
it kind of reminded me of what's that movie Jason Statham did, where he had
Crank.
to always crank.
Where he had to like fucking public.
Yeah,
to get
everything.
his-
He always had to have adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needed a rush. Like he
Yeah,
snorted
yeah.
that coke off the floor in the bathroom,
Yeah.
like under
Wasn't
the urinal or something like that.
Wasn't Jason Statham in a assassin type of movie?
Every movie that he's been
every
in.
fucking
Yeah, you're right. Actually, his last movie, pretty much the one
where he's a driver. What's that
reviewed.
stupid movie called?
where his son dies and his own
Wrath of
gang-
Man,
Wrath of
the
Man.
Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie film. Yeah. Anyway, there you go, people. A lot of assassin movies to watch. Just avoid the one with the word assassin in the title. Assassin Creed. What a shit.
Oh yeah, avoid that one for sure.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, there you go. We'll be right back after this on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
The Darren Green Show. However, there needs to be some kind of a conversation when it comes to, black lives or brown lives, because, when you look at the cast on there, they are of black and brown descent.
Thank you so much. We won. Our show came out of your mouth, not once but twice,
Right.
on your platform, to your viewers who are now going to be nosy and go see what the hell you're talking about. So thank you so much.
This gonna be a tell-all podcast right now. I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't trying to get sued. You get what I'm saying?
Almost both busted into a shimmy.
Let me stop before I get jumped. But anyway.
They did not.
But no, it
You
was-
got an ape on your side. You good.
Oh, hey.
But
Tell them to listen to this podcast because I'm about to edit that on here.
That when you realize the consequences of those actions, then
Yeah.
you sober up real quick, like, oh, okay, maybe this wasn't worth the laugh.
It does make sense that she's not, like, she probably did not profit off this album like she wanted to profit, but she's really profiting off of other things. Girl, not you TLC'd yourself. Stream The Darren Green Show anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Remember to rate, download, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, download. I already said download, but if you download, listen to it numerous times. That'd help us out. Well, actually, it won't help us out. We don't get any stats from downloading it. Just listen to it on a streaming device. What do I know? And leave a comment. 5 stars, 2 stars, 3, 4, 1, whatever. We don't care. We just like to hear about ourselves. Ooh, we suck. So HBO is great. I'm telling you, it just provides and provides. It gives me what I need. And it gave me a documentary, which I actually saw in 2019. But then I saw that these fellas had no idea what it was. And I told them, you have to watch it. It's good. It's fantastic. And it's current. It's still going on. It's crazy story. It's called The Inventor. Blah, 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 blah. Carlos, what was the title again?
The Inventor, Out for Blood in
Out for Blood.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I was close. Because the blah 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 is a vampire thing, so clearly blood's involved. The Inventor, and watch it on HBO Max. It is such a good watch. It's about a company
Elizabeth
called Theranos.
Holmes.
Yeah, Elizabeth Holmes and the company called Theranos, and how they were trying to build a system as big as, I would say, a desktop computer, that you could literally put a little prick of blood in it and it could give you analysis for over 200 types of like
You're a little
diseases and just anything that could be wrong with you. Diagnosis, there you go, like 200 different diagnoses by little tiny little blood. And it didn't go so well, but damn, she was famous and she met everybody and she had everybody going. And anyway, Johnny, give me your insight on this, because it is a fascinating story and it's still going on. And I mean, like I said, I've seen it twice. So Johnny, what did you think of The Inventor, Silicon blah blah?
It was really interesting. I didn't know anything really about the backstory of it. I hadn't heard too much about it while it was going on. So all this stuff was new to me, but it was really interesting. How she basically sold herself and her idea and had tons of people just put money over money into this company and never producing results. One of the things that stood out to me is like at the very end, and during one of her presentations, she walks out to "Can't Touch This" by MC Hammer. And I was just so happy because you have to pay for the rights for that, and I know MC Hammer got a check for I don't know $50 or something like that. Yeah.
What's
but
crazy?
But I liked it, man. It was really cool. I googled a little bit afterwards, and the trial just beginning,
just starting. Yeah, no. The
Yeah.
crazy part is what they were celebrating. An FDA approval. They were celebrating like they won some
for a herpes
hepatitis.
test or something like that.
Hepatitis.
It was hepatitis.
It can test for hepatitis. Like that's it. That it's crazy. They wanted this machine, this little itty bitty machine, to be a home device that you can prick yourself, put it in there. It gives you instant results at home, and now you know if you have diabetes, or you have this, or you have that, or everything's fine with you. But it's just every engineer told you can't do this. It's just not possible. Like this machine has to be much larger than this, and you can't put a little itty bitty thing of blood in there. You need more. Like this is it's kind of like everybody that was criticizing her in the documentary was saying it's just somebody with an imagination of an idea that can never be realized, but because she spoke about it so much, everybody was so fascinated by it. They just throw money at her, like, "Oh, you can do this? This sounds great. This is going to revolutionize blood testing." But she never had anything to show anybody, even at the beginning. It was just an idea that she got people, billionaires, to throw money at her. I think the company was valued at $10 billion at one point. And yeah, no, it's a wild story because even like I said, every engineer told her you can do this, and then she sounded like when she spoke, like somebody was saying she's trying to copy Steve Jobs. But why does she always look like a wreck? Like always. It's like every time she did she went to go speak somewhere, she looked like she never sleeps. And I wear black all the time. She sounds like that. I wear black all the time.
the voice threw me off. Because like I said, I didn't know the premise of the story.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe she like invented a new voice box or something like that. It's like, well, that's obviously not her natural voice. So this movie is about a voice box. But I had high hopes in the beginning because, like I said, I never heard about any of this, and I was like, wow. So she puts this little cartridge into it's like a oversized printer about the size.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. Where can I check this out? But then when you get to the end of the video,
you basically just now were what the people during a pitch meeting said back to her.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had money, I would have probably given her something.
Exactly. Even if you just like, here, I'll give you $5. Like what? I don't know. Just take it. Just do something with that money.
You can turn this $5 into $5 billion. Deal.
I'm in. Yeah.
Carlos, do you take Bitcoin? That's what I would say.
Carlos himself watched it and took notes. Now, Carlos, please give the audience your diagnosis.
Well, from the beginning, I couldn't tell if Elizabeth Holmes was crazy or a con artist because she really believed in her project. She believed it's something that she could do, no matter how many people told her no, or no matter when she was, what was it? The New York Times came out with the article, or the Wall Street Journal. I'm sorry. Wall Street Journal came out with the article basically calling her a fraud, but she still believed that she could do what she's doing. So just like Roger Parloff from Fortune magazine, even he kind of concluded that she's not crazy and she's not lying. She's not lying, or she doesn't think she's lying. But the line between reality and her fantasy world is so blurred that she believes in everything that she says. Yeah.
Yes.
And like Johnny says, her voice threw me off, and just the deer in the headlights look all the time. It's kind of freaky, man. It kind of scares the shit out of me. But she's I mean, when I started jumping around in that little bounce house. I'm like, oh, I guess she is human, because other than that, she looks like a damn robot. She's so robotic with everything she does. But it was just surprising how many people she was able to pull into this scam. I mean, she had one of the co-founders from Oracle, Don Lucas, was an investor. And the guy that really tripped me out that I thought was funny was Tim Draper. He had that damn Bitcoin tie on.
Oh, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Ahead of his time.
And they had the board members: James Mattis, General James Mattis, George Shultz, Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger. Man, there were so many people involved with this damn thing that's why she was able to get so much money, because all these people were on board with her.
Oh yeah,
fantasy.
she got money because
fantasy.
she met Obama, Clinton, all these people. Oprah praised, everybody praising her, and the one with Biden, where Biden's like,
Yeah, that
you
was
can
pretty
do
funny.
for just a fraction what you can do of what happened in Afghanistan. And
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
Wait.
old Joe hasn't changed. He's been speaking nonsense for a long time.
It's a hot dog. Joe, we're talking about blood machine.
Yeah.
It has to be a hot dog.
This might be the best sandwich I've ever seen. I'm like, oh, Joe.
Joe.
And
it's
then back then
2019.
it wasn't a big deal because
Yeah.
he was a VP. So it was
Exactly.
Like,
Hey, Joe, it's 2016. You have COVID? But no, it's a wild story. And the best part of the story was the Walgreens aspect of it.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Because Walgreens was like, we're all in. We're going to come by your office and check it out. And they would fake it. They would fake all the tests with the semen machines, other people's machines, because their machines didn't work. And, I think it would have been smart if they would have, because the machine did work if you analyze like 5 or 6 different things in your bloodstream. Like it worked at that point. And that's what I would have done. I would have said, we're going to basically take what people feel, what doctors feel are the top 5 things that we should be looking for, diabetes, whatever it might be. And this machine can analyze those pretty fast. And then over time, we'll make a bigger machine and we'll, have more software and we'll be able to do more. But instead, she was so big. She was so caught on the big picture of, we want to analyze all 200 things that could be wrong with you in this little box. And they kept telling her, that will never work. Like, the fact that you have to go out and buy all these semen machines to do your blood test because our machines don't work. And Carlos
Just to
had
be clear, the Siemens is the name of the
company
the
that
company.
makes blood test machines.
Johnny was like, wait, I missed that part.
SEIMEN. Yeah, I'm like, I don't remember anyone
Wait
jacking
a
off in
second.
there.
You didn't see me watching. And then Carlos had a good point where when the thing came out from, was it Wall Street Journal or Fortune magazine, the story?
Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal. Her takeaway wasn't that she said, oh, it's all false, because they were talking about the semen machines and how they do a bunch of offsite blood tests. She was smart when she said, oh no, that's all wrong. Our machines do the one prick. Like, she was going on a very specific thing, not necessarily blood tests. She was just going off that one thing. And I was like, well, she's not wrong there. That's what the machines do.
Right. She made it sound like, well, in that part, she wasn't lying. She said her machines work off the finger prick.
Yeah. And that's why she was
She
saying
wasn't
Wall Street
lying.
Journal
That's what
was
she was trying
wrong.
to feed. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what she was trying to feed all the investors still. But
Yeah.
man, the fact that people go to Walgreens, hey, go ahead and prick my finger. Oh no, we need to draw a whole thing of blood. Like, what? Oh, we have to send it off site too. I'm like, so this is normal shit. Oh, no. We'll get it back to you as soon as, give us 2 months. Like,
And their answer to everything was just sue everybody. Sue everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey,
yeah.
this doesn't work. I will sue you.
Mhm.
All right, well,
I guess it works. Looks fun.
And then they built that huge building from scratch, and now it's empty over there in Palo Alto, I think, right?
Yeah.
But man, it's a wild story because they wouldn't let it go. They wouldn't drop the lie. They wouldn't. It's. I remember what she said. You can build 10,000 machines, and even if they don't work, you never know that 10,001 might work. And I'm like, oh my god, that's
right. Well, yeah, 10,000 failures, but the 10,001 might work.
I'm like, that's a horrible way to look at things. You know what I
mean? But then that guy Sonny Balwani, he was
Sonny's
just
a piece
big
of
fraud
shit.
and then that little, what like Johnny had mentioned during the break, the MC Hammer thing, when they came out celebrating the MC Hammer song, and his thing was on the count of three. I guess Quest Diagnostic was their biggest competitor. So like on count of three, they all said "fuck you." The Quest Diagnostic.
Quest.
It was like, really? Because you got one thing approved by
Lab
FDA?
Corp.
One. What they would have been better off just starting a lab and just making it cheaper to do lab work
in general.
In general,
That's
yeah.
it. Just make it cheaper in general. Oh, again, or like I said, make a box that only tests 10 things in your bloodstream, 10 things that you'd go around and tell doctors, give us what you think are the top 10 things we should, make this machine look for, and start from there. But they couldn't. It was ridiculous. It was, or even basic stuff, people's sugar levels and so forth. Here's the thing: people would want to know the basic things if they could get that analysis. They don't necessarily need to know.
I was going to say, right from the beginning, Dr. Phyllis Gardner from Stanford told her, you can't do that. It's not possible. What you want to do is not possible. But she went off and did it
her
anyway.
Teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, her teacher. And then the head of the science department at Stanford, Channing Robertson, quit his tenure to go work for her.
To go work there.
Oh, you clown.
Well, I couldn't blame them.
Wow.
They had $10 billion to give away.
I guess, yeah. I hope he kept some of it.
Well. And all I thought was that. All I thought was they had $10 billion. So people got paid. And if it goes under, those employees, it's not their problem. Like as long as you got your money, hey, good for you, man. But man, what a shit show. And now they're in court for fraud. And what's the other? It was fraud.
Misleading investors.
Misleading investors and fraud. And it's just Sonny and her, Holmes. What's her first name?
Elizabeth Holmes.
I was going to say Katie Holmes. I'd put her in jail too. But you got to watch it. It's on HBO Max or HBO.
But she has I said, she's a robot. I mean, she had no remorse when that guy Ian Gibbons committed suicide.
Oh no!
Over the patent. And I mean, so many people were involved with this thing. I mean, even Betsy DeVos was in on this.
Oh, that's right.
Investor.
Yeah.
Kraft, the owner of the Patriots.
Bob Kraft. Yeah.
Bob Kraft. Yeah. And then Rupert Murdoch. I'm like, holy shit, man. So many people. But I think it was like the guy from what reporter was he? Oh, the New Yorker.
Read your notes.
The New Yorker. I think he was just trying to do like what he had said. She tried to surround herself with so many powerful people and so many politicians to kind of strong arm FDA for approval,
Oh no, that's what it was. Look at all the people behind me. Look at all the politicians and celebrities and everybody and their mom. And I'm on every cover, every magazine. I must be important. So you should you should approve it.
And then when that MC Hammer song was on, I could have swore MC Hammer was going to be there performing it. I mean, you had enough money to buy the guy, and he needs the money. I thought for sure he was going to be there.
Yeah, I think it's cheaper just to pay for the
song.
But the saddest part was what they were celebrating. It was so sad. It was just so sad.
Oh yeah, the one deal.
And they threw a whole party that now they can test for hepatitis or whatever it was, or herpes. I was like, that's it. Your machine got approved for one testing, and that's all. And you're going to celebrate that? Of course, they made it bigger than it was. They just ran around saying we're FDA approved. But I'm like, oh my God, you people are.
Yeah. I want to see the trial now because I want to see if they ask her, does it work? Oh yeah, it works. It works just like I had imagined.
She sounds like
Milo. Yeah. No, so what's that? What was the Secretary of State under Bill Clinton? Remember? She sounded like that. She was Janet Reno.
Oh,
Janet Reno spoke like that. What do you think? I think the blood goes around, and then boom, we take it out, and then you have AIDS. Like that's not how it works. Well, I think it was a printer, but I may have been mistaken.
Right.
You put the blood on the printer.
The blood machine makes the best copies.
I mean, I'll tell you the best story was. Yeah, we'll prick your blood, put it in the machine. Let's all go outside for like an hour.
Come back in an hour, buddy. Somebody runs in there, takes the blood.
It worked pretty quick if you just stick around. We have to go away.
Was that on South Park? I think
it was a Jesus bit.
Yeah,
turn around. Everybody turn around.
Yeah,
and he threw all the fish on the table. Yeah, and that's what I thought about that part. I'm like, oh my God, they just pulled a freaking switcheroo. It was so sad.
Man, bait and switch.
No, it was so sad. I mean, what are they gonna do? Misleading investor, yada yada. Like, there's no more money. I mean, what are they gonna do now? They can't. How are they ever gonna
jail
what I mean?
time? I guess I don't really know what they're in the court for. I mean, there's no money. There's no money to be made.
I always think that's odd. Where, like, for instance, Bernie Madoff, like, you get to go to jail now for 40 years. He's ripped all these people off. Like, okay, but what's that gonna do really in the end for the people that lost all their money? Nothing. It's not serving them justice. They lost freaking millions and billions of dollars. If anything,
Well, yeah, but if you lost millions of dollars, would you want to know that the guy who did it to you isn't serving some sort of punishment? Like, now I'm broke because I was dumb enough to give this guy money. So he should be serving some sort of sentence.
yeah, I understand. Like, I understand Elizabeth Holmes should probably, let's say, 5 years at the most. You know what I mean? Like,
He needs to take personality classes, which she needs. That should be her sentence.
They offer that in
Jesus
prison.
Christ.
You could take these classes in prison.
I think
Dude, you can.
they should have taught me about prison when I was in school. No, I just it's but I do think it's when it comes to that type of stuff, you know, a long sentence doesn't make any sense. Like, Bernie Madoff died in jail, I think, right? And
Sure.
yeah, he got like a 40-year sentence, some crazy sentence. I'm like, man, just stick the guy in jail for like 5 years. He's never gonna get, and no one's ever gonna believe this guy again, ever. You know, if they're dumb enough to do, then throw the person in jail. I gave him money. Like, you know, I mean, Elizabeth Holmes gonna go to jail for what? Because she had a wild fucking idea that everybody believed in, that she has no engineering background, she has no medical background, nothing to prove that any of this shit would ever work. She just got a bunch of people to believe it, got a bunch of people to try to do it for her, and they kept telling her it's never gonna work. But they were like, screw it, you're paying me, I'll continue to make these machines where the blood vials actually blow up in the machines and they spill all over inside the freaking printer machines. And
well, I
What do
mean,
you-
her
you know?
her vision was there. I mean, just imagine if that shit did work. She's
Yeah, no,
she's the new
exactly.
Steve Jobs. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, what is she guilty of? Is she guilty of continually wanting to work on the machine to make sure to get it to work? Like, you could say fraud, of course, fraud, but what's the fraudulent part? She was trying to get their stupid machine to work. If anything,
Oh,
it is
I
misleading
think
investors
the fraud part definitely comes during
with the money.
Well, all of her interviews. Does this
Oh, of
machine work?
course.
Yes.
That's the see.
There's
That's
nothing
no,
wrong. No, it works. It's great.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Your
with where
voice isn't
it's-
deep enough, Johnny.
Yeah,
Come on.
do it again, Joe. Ready on ice? You ready?
I
So Miss
can't, man.
Holmes, does your machine actually do what you say when it says it could actually give me 200 results of blood? Like, analysis.
Yes.
Yes.
Like a dying giraffe.
Man, it's so that's what I mean. It's like Bernie Madoff and Ponzi scheme. It's like, yeah, you're gonna go to jail. Like, to me, that's more of that's guilty to the end of, no matter what. You can't. There's nothing Bernie Madoff kind of set in jail to get away with whatever he did.
Well, just
But
like
I do
Jordan
believe Elizabeth
Belfort,
Holmes.
right?
Yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf
Yeah,
of Wall
Jordan
Street. I mean,
Belfort.
he's worth negative money. He's negative. I mean, so he'll never be like he'll never live his life the way he did back in the heyday.
But
yeah,
see,
but on paper, he's not worth anything. But the dude's still got money. I don't
Oh, yeah,
give
yeah,
a shit
yeah.
what. Like, he's not going to pay everyone back. He's got money
Oh,
hidden
no.
somewhere.
Oh, and I'm
like-
sure he's hidden the money. Sure.
And then, you know, the book deal, the movie deal, all that
yeah,
stuff.
and he does a bunch of he goes around doing like motivational and also like how not to be Jordan Belfort. Like that's what he does. But with that guy, see, to me, he's like Bernie Madoff. He was selling a scam. Like I was saying, Elizabeth Holmes, like Olsen, now so Wanda. She wasn't selling a scam. She was selling her belief, like
her dream.
her dream. It wasn't necessarily a scam. She said the problem is it was never gonna work. You know what I mean? It's like me raising money for a time machine. And people would just go, man, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen one day.
oh no, she had an idea for that too. Remember?
Oh, she did. She drew it.
Machine.
And that's the thing. That's her time machine is the exact same as her Theranos machine. Exactly the same. I have no medical background. I'm not an engineer. I know nothing about space-time continuum, but I drew something. Can you do it? Like,
Yeah, it's in the same box.
Man, if I had a company, she'd be my sales rep, be my number one sales rep. She'd be running my sales department because she's really good at it, selling shit. But like I said, like not what I said, but what Roger Parloff said.
Wait, who's Roger Parloff?
The guy from Fortune magazine.
Thank you.
Who was? It's kind of
Oh,
off
half
topic.
beard.
Yeah, half beard.
That was man.
Like,
that
dude,
guy needs to
Two-Face.
give it up, man.
I every time I thought I'd like start to make a joke about it, I'm like,
Oh, Dan Harley.
yeah, like
Don't
you're going
do
straight
it.
to hell if you say something.
Dan Harley,
But
yeah.
it reminded me of Joe Dirt, where he was like, "So
Oh.
you got white trash jeans that make that sideburn come down to your chin like that?"
No, I
I'm
just
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But he didn't want to
It's,
give up. He didn't want to give up his dream, man. He had that. I mean, he had a nice
He
beard
did.
on that one
he
side.
did on the
I mean,
one
it was,
side. Yeah.
It was nice, but that it looked like a skin graft is what it looked like.
Oh yeah,
on
no,
the
you can see his
side.
neck's all. His neck is from a burn. Like he was in a.
Yeah,
At
so
some point, and
something
believe me,
happened.
You
He's
got to
skin
let it
graft.
go. At some point,
Absolutely, you got to give up your
shave.
dream.
Oh
man.
no,
He-
you know
yeah,
that
was his
guy's
dream.
That
Oh.
guy he's
Oh.
pro masks for his rest of his life. I think
Just half a mask.
just COVID can't get in this side. No, I just like I said, it's not again. It's like people said in the documentary. It's not a scam or a fraud she was selling. She thought until the end of time that was going to work. That's it.
And I feel like she still believes it.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
she
like
still
she
believes it.
still
That's her
believes
idea.
that it works.
And
then,
that's
like,
the crazy part right there.
Because she
that-
is crazy, but she doesn't know
not
or think
crazy.
she's crazy. What really blew my mind was that she's actually married and has like kids now. I'm like, really? I mean,
Yeah.
ooh,
She
wow.
scammed someone
Like,
else.
and
really?
her husband is like some hospitality heir. Like,
Oh, is he really?
Mm.
yeah, some son
loaded.
of, yeah, they're gonna be okay.
So basically, we have another machine coming.
Oh, I can't wait. But I feel like you need to go to CVS this time. I feel like Walgreens is done with you. And if I was CVS, I would have taken
Walmart,
full
man.
advantage of that shit. I would have been like, "Hey,
Oh, man.
we don't trick you guys here."
Yeah. No, I do think it's funny how the machine, again, I think she showed up one day and just brought a hard drive, old computer, desktop hard drive. Look at that. Yeah. Let's make that into a blood machine. Like, what do you mean? I want that to test 1,000 different and analyze blood and diagnose it. Like, oh shit. It's a genius idea. Like, unbelievable. There's people that all gave her all the credit in the world. It was unbelievable. I mean, Bill Clinton was praising her and she's great. She's gonna do a lot of things for this country. And now fucking
not bad.
Biden
The
and
Biden thing was funny.
Yeah, do
I
the
thought.
Biden. The
Joe Biden.
I think what she should do for the Edison Part 2 is just
That's right, it was
get
called
all
the
the old
Edison. That's right.
get all the old, because nobody uses iPods anymore. There's got to be a warehouse
Mhm.
full of iPods.
That's right.
Turn those into the blood machines. Same tech. This shit'll play music.
Go
Or
according to your
photos.
diagnosis.
Yeah.
That's right. It like
Yeah.
if it could be a downer song, meaning death is soon. Good point. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
this. Like a super hyper song, like Walking on Sunshine. Everything's good for you, buddy.
And then it's got
Life's
it
good.
comes already downloaded with all the MC Hammer songs.
Oh yeah, right
Oh,
away.
yeah.
Get that
No matter
motherfucker
what.
some money.
All right. And then anything that like FDA approves right away, the machine starts playing an MC Hammer song.
These hammer don't hurt.
Oh,
him.
what did they approve this time? Oh, HIV. Oh man, let me
Yeah.
test for that. like what?
No, I feel like all his songs would work for her because
They
she's
would
going to
work.
disappear if she gets found guilty. So,
Oh
Mm.
man.
have you seen her?
Oh, have
Classic
you
Hammer
seen
song.
Oh.
And then pray because she's gonna have to do that. Yeah.
She's doing that right now.
What if they get
Yeah,
approval
yeah.
for herpes and they can humps and the bumps?
Humps and the bumps.
Oh
Yeah,
my
humps
God.
and the bumps.
and
Yeah.
what if it does work? She's too legit to quit.
She's too lazy to quit.
Too legit.
And she'll run around.
No, that's
somewhere.
that's if she goes and makes another machine.
That's right.
She's too legit to quit.
And if she becomes rich again, turn this mother out. So
Oh,
many good
yeah.
ones. Yeah. And
All
then
right,
what was his-
actually, I think we're done. right
No,
now.
if she goes to
There
jail,
can't
it's
be any more.
pray. And it's
Yeah.
pray.
That's pray. And then he had his very first hit song. Come on, fellas. His very first one. Like it was the biggest one. Like not the biggest. Too legit to quit was the biggest song, but his very first song that made him a star. Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on, fellas. I mean, I brought you in the room. I told you the machine.
Can't touch this. That was his first.
No. His very first hit song before we take a final break here. Come on, fellas.
I don't have it.
Come on. You guys can get this
Are
started.
you doing that thing where you don't know and you want?
I do know
You want us to tell you?
No, I know it. No,
Come
I
on,
know
no,
it.
keep
I know
guessing.
it.
I know it, but you tell me.
Yeah.
I know it, but you tell me.
I know
Yeah, you tell me.
Don't play with my emotions. I know it.
You tell me.
It's called Let's Get It Started. That was his very first hit song.
Oh yes,
Let's get it started.
Oh.
That was his
Oh,
very
see?
first hit song. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break here. One final break here on Nerds Talking the podcast. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Troidal Power, the host of Troidal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs podcast, the podcast where I, your host, Troidal Power, play through games in a powerful way. And right now on Troidal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs podcast with Troidal Power, I, your host, Troidal Power, am playing through Golden Sun. You should come listen to me play Golden Sun on Troidal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs podcast with Troidal Power. Find it and a lot of other weird stuff at probablywork.com.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the podcast. I'm Lafayette here with Carlos and Johnny. And on the topic of documentaries, what have you seen lately, or what would you recommend to the audience to watch? And give me like some riveting ones, like the one we just finished all watching and talked about, The Inventor, The Death of the Bloodbath of Silicon Valley, or something. What would you guys recommend to the audience if you had something to tell everyone? And you better not say the Michael Jordan one. That one's
that's too easy, right? Love the last dance.
That's an easy one. It's a good one, but it's a good one.
Cecil Hotel.
Oh yeah, we talked about that one before. Yeah, it's a good one. Cecil Hotel. If you have ESPN Plus, I recommend having that just for 30 for 30 sports documentaries. Man, they are so good. There's one on Alex Smith. Oh, it's brutal. They show surgery.
That one, yeah.
His leg is cut open, and they show it all, and it's so brutal.
And the Oscar Pistorius.
Oscar Pistorius.
The Blade Runner. Yeah.
This Johnny, go ahead. Chime right. Go ahead, Johnny. Johnny, go ahead.
Johnny, you there?
Uh-huh.
One that I saw a couple years ago in the theaters, actually, it was called "You Are Here: A Come From Away Story." So it's about on 9/11, all the flights had to be grounded, and I want to say like 20, 30 planes had to be grounded in this city in Canada.
Newfoundland.
And it's just about Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
It's the same thing, though, right? They're still Canada.
Yeah, no, it's Canada. It's the
it's just a different
frontier of Canada. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But it's just about how the town took them in. They had 10,000 new people in their town, so they had to take care of them until they could like get the planes were up and ready to go again. It's a great heartwarming story, and leads me to another question. Like, Canadians are supposed to be notorious for being like really nice. What happened to you guys? What?
Oh, you go fuck off. I'm a friendly guy.
Here's the deal.
I mean, I'm just trying to think.
I'll explain it. Okay, I'll explain it. Carlos is an American citizen now. He's converted. Explains everything. Me, on the other hand, you're welcome. And there you go.
Well, you don't really prove my point, because I'm saying like Canadians are known to be really nice.
I said, shut the fuck up. You're welcome. Get over it.
Oh, you're right. I
damn
guess
it.
I'm wrong. I guess I'm wrong.
You didn't say it right. You're welcome, eh?
But so tell us about that documentary real quick. Like what's the selling point on that documentary you saw about the 9/11 flights being held back in Canada?
It's just talking about, I mean, it was a pretty significant day for America, and
for sure.
So it just brings in more stories, and then how this town just took them in. After 9/11, the world, it seemed more friendly, more willing to help. Eventually that wore off, and then now we're in what we're in. But for a period of time, like it was just great to be, an American. Everyone helping everyone.
That wasn't gonna last, but you're right.
No, yeah, but you're
right about
after 9/11, I had re-enlisted, and then the amount of people that come up to me and shake my hand, thanking me for my service, and It chokes me up every time.
Did you like that though? Was that you? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Dang.
not gonna lie. I mean, I didn't want it to serve my
Save the
country. I
world.
just want the recognition. You know what
Ah,
I'm saying?
yeah, I like it. I got a
This
couple.
kid in
So,
America.
Amy, it's on Hulu. It's called Amy. It's about Amy Winehouse. It's really good.
Oh,
And then this one came out recently. It's also on Hulu called The Orange Years, the Nickelodeon shows. And it's all about those Nickelodeon shows we watched, like the game show. What was the game show? Double Dare and all that. It's a really
With
good
the
watch.
slime
You gotta
and all
love
that?
Double
yeah.
Dare.
You got to watch it. It's actually really good.
What's it
'cause
called?
It's called The Orange Years, and it's on
what-
Hulu. Yeah, it's
Hulu,
really it's a good one.
Speaking of documentaries, I wanted to give you guys an update. After watching The Donut King, I made up with my mom.
No.
Yay! After watching that, I was like, man, she's an immigrant.
I'm not clapping.
My parents are immigrants.
The
The story is similar. I was like, man, maybe I'm unappreciative. Like,
How long is it gonna last? You think?
it's fine. Everything's back to normal. Like,
What's
her text
normal? I
message
mean,
and
come
it's over,
on.
dude.
well, no, I mean,
Man.
she's not beating me no more, so it's not normal. but
But see, look, a good came out of the Donut King.
But what did it last? but
Uncle
what-
Ted
what
did it
caused
again.
The gap. What caused? Yeah, Uncle Ted. That
I
guy's a
should
winner.
write him, but I feel like he's gonna ask for money.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
No, what it caused the gap was I don't know, maybe 6 months after my daughter was born. She was like in this little bouncy station thing. My mom was like, "Hey, you're gonna mess up her spine." I'm like, "Nah, she's fine. Look how happy she is, and she's not crying." No, I'm really worried about her. So like the next day, she calls me, and like I'm sleeping, and I have to work that night, and she just starts like telling me like how much she knows and this and that. And I kind of get an attitude with her. I'm like, fine. I said I won't fucking put her in the bouncy house no more. That's fine. All right. Are you done? So I hang up on her, and then we get into a text message battle.
Oh,
Back and forth. And the older generation with text messages.
Can we put that on our website? Can you screenshot those?
Probably not. Because I just made up with her, and I don't want
Okay,
to.
good.
But
Don't
you know
tell
what's
about the
funny is her text messages. They have an accent on them.
They're broken
They
English.
also are broken English.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
But anyways, like I said something to the effect of like, hey, you used to beat the shit out of us. That probably wasn't good for my spine either. And then that's when she maybe I shouldn't have texted that.
Yeah, you
or
should
but
have
then
said
like I
that,
hadn't talked to her
man.
for like, I don't know, 16 months.
Uncle Ted can't fix
But Uncle
spines.
Ted brought us back together.
But on the other end of that text message, you think she was like, "Damn, he's right."
No,
might be
no,
why
I-
she didn't call back.
No way.
her response and the anger that was in it was something like, well, fine, you don't have a mother anymore. Like, oh shit.
Gotcha.
But
Boom.
I
one
feel
up your
like-
ass
I feel like she
real
wanted to
quick.
beat my ass.
Oh yeah, that's what
So
I'm saying.
she would have, dude.
Oh yeah, just
Just come after you with a knife.
like
man.
old times. like
Yeah.
old times.
She so wanted to one up you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty witty.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, Uncle
You should
Ted brought us
text her.
together.
Like,
We
guess
should
what,
have.
Ma? Emma has spinal meningitis. You were right. See what she does. I told
And
you.
then tell
I
you
told
found
you.
out by
I
using
thought
an
about-
Edison.
I
everything
thought
machine.
about doing some stuff like that,
Everything.
but I think it's bad karma to like
Mm.
bring your baby into it. So
Yeah.
and
Actually,
saying like the baby has a lamp or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Carlos, you got anything to recommend before we?
No, but I accidentally called
This
Emma a
kid's-
hooker or
What?
a stripper. Was it a stripper? I
Called-
can't remember.
Wait, what? What the hell just happened?
Johnny's
She's like 1
daughter.
year old.
Remember, I sent him a text and Siri said something. I said somebody's name, but Siri changed the name to Emma. Is Emma a stripper? And Johnny was like, "Emma, a stripper? You call my daughter a stripper?" I'm like, "Fucking Siri." Yeah, so don't use
Siri's
Siri.
breaking up relationships all over the world.
Yeah, I got. So here's a couple for you. The Bee Gees on
heard
HBO
good
Max.
things about
That was a
It's
good one.
So
That was a
good.
good one.
Yeah. Allen versus Pharaoh, also HBO.
Ooh, that one's dark.
Yeah, that one's good though.
I haven't seen
Good.
that one.
But you're right, it is dark. Q Into the Storm, also very
What's that one
good.
about?
About the QAnon, the guy basically started QAnon
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a good. These are all HBO ones. I'm just kind of running through the list. I watch a lot. I like documentaries.
What's the one
man. There's-
about the this sex cult?
Oh yeah.
What's her name? Just started her jail sentence.
Yeah, it
because of
starts with I forgot the name of it. Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's on HBO as well.
It's also an HBO one. HBO does deliver a lot of good documentaries. But I can't remember.
I
forgot what
haven't
them
seen
was.
this. Just don't tell me anything. I mean, I pretty much know the premise. But
Donut King.
is Tiger King any good? I
Oh,
heard good
it's
things
very
about it.
good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
that is very
Don't
good.
miss Tiger King.
Good call on
Okay.
Tiger King, man. You
Tiger
gotta
King.
watch it. You're gonna love every minute. It's almost like it's a written show. Like that's how wacky everyone in that show is.
Oh my god.
And it's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
documentary,
yeah.
but man, it's wacky as
Yeah.
hell. Holy shit. Good thing you brought up the man. Do I
Yeah,
haven't
fuck
seen
that
it
bitch, Carol Baskin.
now. Carol Baskin.
Fuck
She's a crazy one, I tell you.
Yeah.
And I would the last one would be I think it's on Netflix and it's called Crime of the Century. Oh, it's really good. It's and it's a wild one, man. It's
If you want a downer, The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're talking
Mhm,
about.
mhm,
Yeah, I
mhm.
see. I heard it's good though. It's good though,
It's
right?
good, but man, oh
Yeah. And there's
Ugh.
another one on Netflix called The Devil Next Door. Very good. Very
Mm.
good.
What's that one about?
It's about one of the Nazis that actually put people in the ovens
Uh-huh.
back at the camps. He ended up living in Cleveland as
Wait,
a
what's
mechanic.
what's
or
this one
Detroit.
called?
The Devil Next Door. He lived in Detroit.
Is that on
after-
Netflix?
Yeah. And he worked at I think Ford, the plant. He just helped put the cars together, whatever. And it got out that he was that guy, and he got deported. He got his U.S. citizenship stripped and got deported to. I think he was in Israel for his crime and blah blah. I mean, it's wild. It's a good one though, but it's also a wild one, man. I think documentaries. I think as you're older, you appreciate them more. When you're younger, you didn't give two shits to watch these type of things because I think there's learning involved, and we're not looking to learn too much here.
Got one
Yeah, when you're
about
young.
Aaron Fernandez. That one's a good one too.
Yeah. that
Oh,
one
Aaron
was really good.
Hernandez. You mean
Yeah. Who is it?
Hernandez?
Fernandez.
A-
Yeah.
No,
Aaron Fernandez, the football player.
No, Hernandez.
Hernandez. What I
H.
said. Hernandez. What I said.
Oh,
No,
okay.
my microphone's broken. All the H's are turning to
Oh,
F's.
is that what it is? Your microphone's Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Phil. What? There's a
Oh.
really it might not have been a 30 for 30, but it was what's that other show that ESPN has? Like it's like a
Sports Center.
shorter
No idea.
15 for 15.
PTI.
Anyways, it's not a 30 for 30, but there is a one segment where there's a kid and his karate coach. The karate coach kidnaps him, and
Okay.
what's that?
Wait a second. Bloodsport?
Season 3?
You're right. Write this down. I got a movie idea. No. So the karate coach kidnaps him and then like molests him, but then like eventually turns himself in. And this was back in the day where everyone knew what flight he was coming in on. The FBI agents. and the cops
Oh,
or
this is the one
whatever.
where the dad shot dude in the head.
Exactly. Like,
Yes,
and it was caught on
yes.
camera, and
Mhm.
jury
Wait,
was
what?
like,
What is this called?
Yes.
These are my type of documentary. Like
I
true
saw
crime.
that
still-
clip where he faked that he was on a payphone,
yeah.
and then when the
blew
FBI
that dude
walked
away.
by with him, he turned and shot him in the head.
Yeah, and then like
Oh.
I imagine soon after that, maybe they were like, hey, maybe we should not tell people when we're flying in.
Bringing people home.
Yeah, because that's how Lee Harvey got shot at.
No shit.
No, but yeah, that's exactly what happened. And the jury was like, no crime. And then the dude, I don't know, I want to say like in his 90s or something like that. I'd do it again. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that one I don't. They have to find. You need to find out the name of that one. Do some research there. But my final one would
I'd
be
do it again.
And my final one, it's actually a series on Netflix called Untold.
The Boys. Oh,
and it's basically different parts of the Untold series, and it's really good. I'm trying to think of the other.
What's the Untold series?
Okay, so Untold one is about the Malice in the Palace, the fight in the Pacers and the Pistons. There's one.
Oh, these are good. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
one
yes,
called
yes.
Crime and Penalties about a NHL minor league team, which is really good. The Thrashers. There's one called Deal with the Devil. It's really good. I mean, they're all good except for the Caitlyn Jenner one. It's good, but you already know the story of Caitlyn Jenner and so forth.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I saw the first one, the Crime in the Palace. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's Malice in the Palace. Yeah,
Malice in the Palace. And then the second one is The Boxer. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, that one's really good. That one is.
But I have like you said, I have no interest in the Jenner one. I mean, like you said, I know his story.
Yeah, no, they're all good,
story.
but the Boxer one is really good. It's crazy. Her husband shoots her like 8 times, thinks she's dead, and she runs out of the house. And
Well, guess I don't have to watch that one.
No,
Thanks.
you have to
Okay.
watch it because you know who this is. When you watch
Thanks,
it, you'll know.
Edison Box, you little
You'll
prick.
know- Oh yeah, little prick. Hey, good
I'm
one,
so-
little prick.
Hey!
Tied it all together. That's how you make a sandwich, everyone. It's the end of the show, the beginning of the show, and in between is a bunch of people lying to you and trying to get your money. All right, thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking, the podcast. We appreciate it. Remember, rate, subscribe, review, download, turn on notifications, tell your friends, and leave us a comment. Carlos, how's the website coming along?
Beautifully.
So basically, you are Elizabeth Holmes when it comes to the website. You're saying things to make sure that everybody believes it, and that's great. Johnny, say
It's coming. It's coming, guys.
Say
It
goodbye.
works.
Say
Wait,
later.
what's coming? Are you using the semen machine?
Yeah, he is using the semen machine. He has to test it.
Yeah, don't touch me.
Yeah.
I need a cigarette.
Anyway, Johnny, just say later, dudes.
Bye, guys.
Oh, Elizabeth Holmes is
Oh,
here.
we got him.
All right,
We
Carlos,
got
now
him.
say it as an American would because you're not a Canadian.
What?
Exactly.
America. Bye-bye.
Wow. And as a Canadian, I say thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. You seem like fine people. And come back next time. We'll have
Hey.
more shit to talk about. I guarantee it. All right. There's
Well
Talking the
done. Well done.
podcast.
Well done.
See you guys next time.
Too young for this trek. The final frontier. These are the voyages of
MC,
Troy, and Eric.
their mission to introduce Tyler to strange new episodes.
To seek out the best and worst media in the Star Trek franchise.
To boldly go where several podcasts have probably gone before.
You could listen to these goobers talk about Star Trek by searching for Too Young for This Trek or by visiting probablywork.com.